Hello everyone, welcome back to the Adventurers Cantina. In this series of videos, what I would like to do is tell you guys how I store and transport all of my minis and terrain and gaming material that I use when I go to my local game store for game night. Hopefully this helps you and gives you guys some ideas on how to store and transport your minis and terrain and anything else you use for your campaigns. So to transport all of my books and my Dungeon Master screens and my notepad that I use for hit points and armor class and the initiative rolls that I make during the game, and then my dice as well, put my dice in my dice bag, and then Dungeon Master tiles that I use during particular sessions. They all fit in this book bag that I use. The books can fit side by side, and I can fit usually probably 4 or 5 books stacked high, and then I put my Dungeon Master tiles there if I need to. And then in here I will store pens and pencils and stuff. And then anything else that I need to use that I want to put in my book bag, if it's small enough, I can sit it in here, and it works pretty well. And then I've got a strap that I can put around my shoulder, which is convenient so that I can carry my containers that I use. I have several types of toolboxes that I use, and then several different types of fishing tackle boxes that I use. And then there's a plastic and cardboard that I use to transport my actual terrain. This one's got some houses and some cottages that I use for my towns that the players visit. And then, like I said, the toolboxes, this particular toolbox has all my warlock tiles, and the yawning portal that I have goes in there. Fits everything pretty well. And then this type of fishing tackle box I use for my scatter terrain. So this one is all stuff that I would use in villages and forests and stuff like that, any scatter terrain that I need for those. And then each one of these fishing tackle boxes I use all for my minis. You can see here they got trays that I put all the minis in. And I've got 4 of these, and I have 2 of these, and I have several of these, which you can see some more of them right there. And then the rest of them, or more of them, are over here. And they each have different minis that I would use for the campaign, depending on what I'm doing. In the case of these boxes, I have one full case for any undead that I use. I've got a full case for heroes and then villains. And then I've got several of these cardboard ones and several other plastic bins that I use for the terrain that I use. And what I'll do is, depending on what session I'm going to have, I'll take whatever I need from this box and whatever I need from this box, and I'll put them in an empty black box that I use. So I'm only carrying one big box, so I'm not overloading myself. And I've got these tubes here that have the mats that I'm going to use. So I've got several of these mats. I got a green one that I use for wilderness and towns, and then I got a one that's a cobblestone that I use for bigger towns and cities. And then of course I have the gridded one that I use if it's a cave or something that I have the adventure going in. But that's it. That kind of, in future videos, I'll go over what I have in each case and what the difference is between them and how I store everything and transport it all. But thank you very much. As always, please put a comment in the comment section and like and subscribe. And I'll see you in future videos. Thank you.